It's one of the significant keys to victory. You got to deal with God on this. And the blessings that come when you give, you're missing a blessing. And folks, some of you are just tipping God. You're just playing a game. And some of you are saying, I'm going to give to God, but I'm going to keep such control over it because it's mine. And all you do is you give to selected things because it means you can control it. That's why you do it. Over my dead body will I ever... I'm going to give to this and I'm going to make sure. And I'm going to give to this and I'm going to control it. It's control. God says offerings is the complete release of control. Letting it go. Always remember one of the greatest lessons I ever learned growing up in Africa. We had a lot of people in Africa who didn't have food. And I remember, like it was yesterday when I was a very young boy, I remember my mom and dad making a wonderful meal for a very poor man who came to our home one day. Knocked on the door. My mother made a wonderful sandwich and a bowl of soup and something to drink and gave it to him. And I can still see that man walking down the steps. And when he got to the gate of our home, he threw that down in a fit. He just threw it down on the sidewalk. And I remember as a boy, I said, can you believe that? I mean, there was a sense in which in my boyhood it made me angry. And I'll never forget my mother, my sweet, precious mother saying, son, that doesn't matter. It's not about what he did with it. It's about the fact that I gave it to him. I get the blessing. So why don't you start taking your hands off? Specialized and selected giving is eating out the heartbeat even of this church. It's on a rampage. We've set ourselves up to decide we are going to give, and we're going to give to what we want to give, and that's that. I'm your pastor, and I intend to be. And God here, this is a key to kingdom living. He's putting this all out. He's just laying it in front. And you know why he does this? Because God wanted them to be blessed. He wanted them to be blessed. Listen, obey, respond, worship, focus, give. Number 7, submit. Submit, chapter 29. This is such a powerful passage because he gets Moses and he gets Aaron and he gets Aaron's son. He gets those who have been called to be priests and leaders, and he sets them apart, and he turns to the children of Israel and he says, listen, God is going to use all of you. There's no status. Nobody serves according to position. But functionally, I'm going to set before you people that I have anointed to lead you spiritually. Submit to them. Submit to them. I know some of you may say I'm old-fashioned, but I'm still one of those people who believe in respecting one's elders. It concerns me when I watch or see a young person, for example, go up to an older person and treat them just like anybody else. There's a respect. It's not a homage, or there's a respect. I'm one of those. I know some of you are going to shoot, but I believe in yes sir, no ma'am, and how can I help you? And I still call people Mr. Joe if I need to, even at my lofty age. It's a discipline for me. It's only now, in my age now, that I'm starting to catch up with some of the older people in our congregation. Submit. Understand these things. How many times did Moses get up and say, this is what God said? And every time they would not submit to what Moses said, bang, down they went. Of course, now Moses had to make sure he had a word from the Lord, right?